The last 12 months have been challenging for everyone, but here at Hollr, we've been working hard to keep people entertained.
We hosted an online quiz, made lockdown video diaries, started a weekly news show, delivered an online summer project,
Hosted our very first Halloween and welcomed 2 new members to the team.
At the start of the year, we were sharing weekly videos made in partnership with West Cumbria carers,
As well as launching a podcast and premiering our new series, Mountaintop Music. And then on the 23rd of March, lockdown.
The lockdown had a huge impact on the way we worked, and we had to press pause on all the projects we were currently working on.
We weren't going to let lockdown stop us completely, and we gathered the team together via Zoom to make a plan.
We wanted to create a sense of community spirit and togetherness as everyone was struggling to adjust to life in lockdown. So we asked every member of the team to create a short lockdown diary to show everyone what they were getting up to.
Signed in, and yeah, the last person to sign in was me on the 1st of April, and then Dave on the 23rd of March, which was the lockdown.
It was cold, it was dark, and I think that stood out. It just wasn't that happy, vibrant place that it usually is. So for me, it was a bit of a shock going into work because it just wasn't like work. It was not like Soundwave at all.
Hi.
This is my video diary of
7 attempts to open the door.
Quick pit stop. This is Eugene, the panda.
I thought that today we could all get to know.
Baking element, like you.
And I think it was just to keep that connection going, to know that we were all still here and understand what we were all feeling, what we were all going through. We were all doing the same thing.
In April, we hosted an online Hollr quiz. The Hollr quiz is one of our most popular face-to-face activities, and it was just as successful digitally. So much so that we held another just a couple of weeks later.
Come Get Some Ham is a quote from which cult comedy movie?
The biggest challenge was making sure it felt collaborative and inclusive for people. Trying to make it feel like you weren't just watching someone say questions and there was nothing to strive for, or there was no real point in answering because you wouldn't get any feedback. We were concerned that it was going to be, lost in a sea of live events and virtual pub quizzes at the time and virtual online quizzes, and so it was nice to get like a good number, but more importantly, it wasn't nice for us to get a good number. It was nice to know that it was clearly doing something that people wanted more of, and were getting, if they were getting 3 hours of having a laugh out of it, that's what it was there to do, and that's what it was there to achieve.
Throughout lockdown, a number of articles created by young people were published on the site. Our most popular articles were What's It Like Being a Lockdown Teen in the Class of 2020 by Maddie Rose and Black Lives Still Matter by Grace Forbes.
Maddie's article explored a situation a lot of young people were faced with this year, being in year 11 and preparing to sit the GCSEs when all of a sudden lockdown happened and exams were cancelled. Grace's article explored the Black Lives Matter movement and reflected on her own experiences of attending the Carlisle Black Lives Matter protest. Both articles are a great read and are a perfect example of what Hollr is all about, giving young people the opportunity to discuss things that matter to them.
As summer began, we launched our weekly news show, Good News Weekly. In the show, we focused on positive things happening throughout Cumbria, as well as our Pet of the Week segment. It was a difficult time for everybody, and we seemed to be surrounded by a constant stream of bad news, so we wanted to focus on spreading some positivity. Thank you to everyone for sharing pictures of your pets with us. They put a smile on our faces, and we hope they put a smile on yours too.
Throughout summer, we delivered a 6-week mental health project, working in partnership with Cumbria Youth Alliance, West Cumbria Carers, and Helen from Damara PCS. We worked with groups of young people to discuss their mental health, emotional resilience, and how they were coping during the pandemic, as well as having fun and light-hearted discussions about the supreme flavour of crisps, which is, of course, ready salted.
Incorrect. Wrong. We received an overwhelmingly positive review of the project from the young people who took part, and everyone involved learned something about managing their own mental health. Like a lot of things, this project started out life as a face-to-face workshop, but we worked through the challenges of delivering online and managed to create something that actually made a difference. And I think all of us here at Hollr are really proud of that.
At the end of summer, our Good News Weekly series evolved into What's Going On. Same host, same format, just a different name. Well, we've got to keep things exciting, haven't we? In this series, we focused on providing updates about, what's going on? Because let's face it, it was a confusing time for everybody.
We discussed updates from the government, local news, and gave everybody recommendations on how to keep themselves busy over summer. Thank you to everybody who watched and liked this series. We'll be back with more episodes over the coming weeks.
As summer ended, the restrictions got tighter again, and we continued to adapt our way of working. In a normal year, we would work in partnership with other local organisations. So in autumn, we worked in partnership with KDAS, interviewing a group of young people over Zoom to discuss their thoughts and feelings about alcohol and the impact it can have on our lives.
The series was an educational experience for all involved and allowed us to continue doing the sessions we would have normally done face-to-face, but online and in video format. You can find every episode of this series and all of our other videos over on our Facebook and YouTube, so make sure you check them out, but only after you finish watching this video first, of course.
Hosting our first Halloween was something that the whole team was looking forward to, but because of the tighter restrictions, we had to change up our plan.
It is Halloween and we are joined by local paranormal investigator Joanne Elwood.
And she told us some stories about things she's been doing on investigations and her weirdest experiences. And she told us a bit about spirits she'd sensed in the room with us and in the building, and told us a bit of history about ghosts that have been in Soundwave HQ in the past. I think we were all sufficiently freaked out, but it was really great. I've enjoyed doing things for Hollr in the past, and obviously I've just joined the team and
Yep, pretty exciting times. Just before Christmas, the Hollr team gained 2 new members, Grace and Lucy.
I love getting involved with it, so when I saw the job advertisement and I saw that it was for young people, I just jumped at it because I'd never had a job before. It just felt like a very suited role for what I wanted to do.
Finding opportunities that are journalism based and media based in Cumbria has been quite difficult for me, so when I saw it I was like, oh god, I've got to apply. Haven't seen anything like this going on in Cumbria, and I thought it was so unique and special, so I went for it and just applied on a bit of an off chance, really.
Obviously I was delighted when I got to work with Lucy, and she's been a massive help with guiding me for what I need to be doing, and I've just really enjoyed it.
We're really excited about our new additions, and they've been getting up to some pretty cool things over the last couple of months.
We do Small Business Monday, where we sort of promote small businesses in Cumbria, and we do Creator of the Week, where we sort of celebrate young creators and what they're doing, and young creative people, and we've been building that way, I guess, in a sense.
We're all working hard at home and having lots of Zoom meetings
to create entertaining content that you'll be seeing over the next few weeks.
And we've all got a lot of ideas for the future.
Once we can actually get into meeting each other again and being in person, we're planning a urban legends, myths and legends series about kind of the creepiest stories around Cumbria, and we're going to talk to some people who have a bit more knowledge about kind of the history of the area.
One of our biggest things we really want to do is we really want to do festival-based content. We want to do videos on site where we're speaking to people and getting footage that way. We want to do some street reporting eventually, so we want to be able to go out to people in Whitehaven and be who are the real jam eaters. And as well, in particular, we do really want to do mountaintop music and get that done in person. When it comes to COVID, we are coming up with new ideas and following suit with the big platforms, really. Obviously, we want to be promoting young people and showing what Cumbria has to offer with our news platform. That's the most important thing, is creating that space and that community online, especially with COVID and everything that's gone on. That's, we want to create that community space.
Getting to a point where the young people in the area know that they have this platform, and people know about it, and people know that if they have an idea or something upcoming, then they can come to us, and they'll know that we'll put it out and get the word out about it. I think that's where I want to be with it.